Yo, what's good, y'all? It's the part 2 video because I'm an idiot and I stopped recording the other one on accident. So basically, also I'm too lazy to edit it. Type shit, you feel me? Okay, YouTube. I did not say that. I did not. I said hits. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my dog's name. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a shih tzu. It's like a shih tzu. So I call it like shit. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my dog. My fault. Yeah, basically same premise as the last video I just posted. But this time, we're gonna get to rating it instead of just like seeing if it's safe, because it's not recommended to hit, but it's not gonna straight up kill you if you do hit it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we're gonna see if it'll get me faded. That's this video, is to see if this shit actually finna like, you know what I'm saying? Which I think it might, cause you know what I'm saying. Feeling like a little more faded. You know what I'm saying? Not like, you know, after you hit two blinkers off a cart, you should be like more faded, not like more faded. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm gonna be having to hit this bitch like Unchained smoking fucking cigarettes, and I still don't think I'm actually get high. But we gonna see. We gonna see. Cause I'm not. Y'all got me messed up. Thinking about to smoke through this whole stuff, man. Like no, sir. I'm not getting paid off this yet, man. Maybe if I was monetized, then I would do it. I would just drain this all in one video. Still probably not. Maybe a real one though. Y'all get me monetized and y'all buy me one, I'll do it. I'll do it for sure. I'll do it for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's a DINOMAN promise. That's a DINOMAN deal right there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get me monetized, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna bring y'all bangers from the DINOMAN. I'm gonna bring y'all bangers from Real Steel Reaper, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wanna know what Real Steel Reaper looks like in the middle of the night when he's sleeping from his closet? I'll show you, because that's where I sleep. Let's actually get to it, you know what I'm saying? I spent enough time dilly dallying, you know what I'm saying? I'm still dilly dallying because I'm a dilly dallyer. But now we're gonna get straight to it, cuz. So I'm not really seeing really any THC anymore, yo. So I'm thinking there may not be any more. But we're gonna hit it like 3 more times, see if I feel any more. Cause this is like a little blend of herbs and spices. You know? And then I'm finna just bring Percules back, you know what I'm saying? He gonna tell you one of his made up little stories, you know what I'm saying? Cause that boy a capper, you know what I'm saying? That boy don't really do drugs, you know what I'm saying? That boy is not like that. That boy be rapping like he a junkie. That boy has never even smoked a cigarette before, bro. I'm telling you, bro, he a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? He a sober boy, you know what I'm saying? Which ain't really a bitch. He's just a living smart. But he a capper. Cause he not really living like that. He not really a fiend like he says he is. What he really does is he takes my life and my life stories, and he be trying to tell him like it's his own, acting like he's really Dino Man. Boy, you Percules 32. The fuck you think you Percules 32? You never even took a perk before. Like how the fuck you Percules? You might never even take a perk. The fuck? Anyway, y'all, let's get back to it. Fuck Percules 32. Really starting to like feel the honey in the hits. So I'm thinking for safety reasons, I'm gonna stop hitting this. Cause I'd rather not die to smoking honey. All right, y'all. This is the end of the Dino Man segment of part two. Finna bring Pericles back, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Finna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna tell y'all one of his little stories. You feel me? Hey, Dino Man, I heard all that shit you was talking. Hey, what you mean, bro? It's fucking dumb shit, man. I heard you talking all that smack, bro. Oh, why you hit me like that, man? You do nothing. Man, shut up, bitch. Yo, what's good, yo? It's Pericles 32. You know what I'm saying? Had to beat down on man's ass for talking all that shit, acting like I don't let him sleep in the closet for free. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? We're really balling, you know what I'm saying? Really sober life, you know what I'm saying? I don't need no drugs to be happy, you know what I'm saying? It's really sober life. You know what I'm saying? If you can't live sober, why live at all? You feel me? Let's do this shit. Right, anyway. So I'll tell y'all one of my stories. And it's a little story time for y'all. You know? Let's get to it. So today's story is going to be, now, of course, you know, y'all know my stories. I don't condone any actions in these stories, and I am neither, or no, hold up, let me restart. I'm neither admitting or condoning any of these actions in these stories, and all of these stories are made up off of the top of my head as I'm telling them. That being said, y'all know the deal. I'm just saying this for legal reasons, cause I don't need 12 hitting up my phone over some fake ass little story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys about the first time I ever did Adderall. Now, I can't remember what year this was, but it was Christmas Eve. So it was like 3 years ago or so, bro. I want to know more than like 3 years, cause I wasn't doing drugs in 2019. It was like 2020 and after. At least I don't think it's 2019. Anyway, um, what's it called? So yeah, you know, it was just the average little day, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where my parents were. They were just doing something. They weren't in the house. So, you know, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get high because, like, at that time I was just smoking weed and, like, you know, nicotine. Because that's what I started with, nicotine. Which y'all should not smoke, you know what I'm saying? Because it's bad for you. Nicotine don't really bring you shit other than, like, negative health issues and, like, dependency. So, y'all should not smoke nicotine, any products, use any nicotine products ever. I don't even recommend smoking blunts or none of that because it actually causes more cancer. Anyway, my parents were out the house, so I was looking for drugs because I wanted to get high. So, you know, I got some Adderall. At the time, I didn't really know what Adderall did. I just kind of like looked it up, and it was like one of the drugs that was in the cabinet that actually got you high. So I was like, let me take it. Now, the whole time I thought I was about to get stoned off it because I'm a dumbass. Like, I'm straight retarded, bro. Like, mentally disabled type shit. I thought I was about to get, like, stoned off of some beans. Like a fucking dumbass. And then I also went upstairs and I took hella Wellbutrin. I don't know why. And promethazine. Which I also don't know why. Because I don't think I looked either of those ones up. I think I just kind of, like, took them. But I didn't know what either of them actually did. So I just kind of, like, took them to take them. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I took hella Adderall. It's like hella Adderall. Not like, okay, so I can't even tell you all the milligram stack. Because I genuinely don't know. But, so, you know, I started the day off, you know, it was chilling. You know, I took some Addy. You know, I think I might have taken, I took like a couple Wellbutrin and then some promethazine. And, then I was just bussing, you feel me? Now this is something y'all should never ever do. Never mix any drugs in general, no matter what they are, never mix them. like ever, unless you're like smoking weed. That's the only thing that you can actually mix with other substances safely is like weed, just because like that doesn't really like affect your body the same way that like normal drugs do, other drugs do. I mean, so weed is really the only thing you should ever do if you're on any other substance, and you should never be on any other substance to be general, like unless you're like or not diagnosed, unless you're prescribed it. You know what I'm saying? You should always take it how it's prescribed. Unlike what I'm doing, which is why y'all should not do it, because I'm gonna get into it. Because this is a merch release. It's actually kind of crazy. It's gonna be a juicy one. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This is gonna be a juicy ass bit, bro. But anyway, so I was chilling, right, and then me and my sister, we were just talking. You know what I'm saying? I was off Adderall, so I was like really talking, and so I was speedballing actually. I was speedballing before I even understood the concept of a speedball. Like I was speedballing before I even knew what uppers did by themselves. Y'all should never do this. My heart could have exploded, and it might. Actually, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. I don't want to spoil it yet. I'm gonna get into it. Okay, so basically, just never mix your drugs ever. Don't do downers and uppers because downers do not make your heartbeat slow down. They make your heartbeat go faster, and uppers make your heart go faster. So they're very unsafe to do together. Your heart genuinely might explode because how fast it's beating. So y'all should never do that. It's also not really that fun. It's more fun just to do one or the other. If y'all are going to abuse them, I would be very safe at doing it. I'm not condoning drug abuse. But if you do it, just stick to one at a time. Never mix them. Please, ever, never mix them no matter what they are. Never mix them unless you're talking about smoking weed on another substance. And I still only recommend, if you're using any substances, to only ever smoke weed and maybe do psychedelics. And only psychedelics if you feel like you're mentally prepared for it. But anyway, that's not the point of this story. That's just like general life advice from Hercules. But I was talking to my sister. I was busting off Addy, so I was having a good convo. But like the whole day, because like it was instant release, so it's not like you would take one and then you would like slowly start getting bussing. It was like I would took one, I started bussing after 30 minutes, and then the bussing calmed down after like an hour. So then I took like 5 more each time that happened. So I probably took like more than 100 milligrams of Adderall in my personal opinion. Because I was like looking up online and like on Reddit, like how much Adderall can you take, or like how much Adderall does it take to overdose? Because like I was trying to make sure I didn't take that like too much, but I was also mixing fucking drugs, and they also really weren't helping me at all because like they just kind of tell you like, oh yeah, here's a suicide hotline because like they were assuming I was trying to take too much, but I wasn't. I was trying to do the opposite. I was trying to take just enough to not die. But we're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into it. So whole Christmas Eve for real, I'm just busting. My parents are still out. I don't know what they're doing for real. I think they're honestly probably finishing up Christmas shopping, or like they were getting some stuff like a little Christmas function that we had later on in the night. But they were doing their thing still, and me and my sister were just talking, and we were cleaning and shit. So like because we were cleaning up for the function, and then I just sat on the couch, right? And when I sat on the couch, um, I fell asleep, right? Because I was off promethazine, and I don't know how long I was sleeping for. It felt like 5 seconds, but at the same time, it also felt so long. And when I woke up, I didn't know. I had no idea where I was. I was really confused on what was happening, and like I just didn't know what was going on for like. I didn't know what was going on for like at least 5 seconds. I was like so confused. I was looking around. I was like, where the fuck am I? Um, so basically, why I'm telling y'all this is because I might have overdosed. Like, I mean, I know I did overdose, but like, I could have possibly maybe had a lethal overdose that day. Um, but I also don't know. I might have just like fell asleep off the promethazine and woke up off the Addy, because like I was speedballing, and I don't know how long my eyes were actually closed. I could have just been blinking, and then just been dazed and confused. But I don't think that happened because so I watch some shit on License, like when you overdose and like you wake up from it, you don't know where you are. And it's like really dazed and like confused, and like that's exactly how I felt. And like when I watched that, it made me kind of think like, wow, did I maybe almost die on Christmas Eve that one day? And medical professionals, if y'all see this, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Did I almost die? Did I not almost die? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. You feel me? It don't matter because I clearly didn't die. Because I'm not no little bitch. I can handle my shit. Hypothetically speaking, type shit. It's not even hypothetically speaking because it's a fake ass story that never actually happened. It don't really matter. Just don't do drugs, kids. Anyway, back to this fake ass story. Yeah. So then, I was like cleaning too, and when you're cleaning or really just doing anything, like even the slightest bit productive, if you're doing anything off Adderall, it's fire. But especially if you're doing anything, like the slightest bit productive, it makes it like a billion times better if you're off Adderall, because like you have the urge just to do something, because like you're tweaking. And like the promethazine wasn't really hidden; it was just like making me feel good, because like when I first started like abusing promethazine, when I had like like a little promethazine addiction, it would be like slightly euphoric. So that mixed with like the Adderall euphoria was like really good. And I was also like there was also another point where I was like tweaking out in my bed like really hard because I thought I was having serotonin syndrome because I was coming down off of the Addy while more Addy was hitting. So like plus the promethazine, so my heart was fucking racing and I'm coming down off the pill, so I'm like getting depressed, and I'm like, bro, I'm so sad, bro. I think I'm like, or I don't even know what I was all feeling, bro. I was just like, man, what the fuck, bro? I think I have serotonin syndrome, bro. I think I might fucking die, bro. I think I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, bro. I might be dying right now, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Whole time I was really okay. I mean, I wasn't okay. Like, that clearly did have a toll on my body for sure, but it wasn't lethal. That's really all that matters. I'm still living and breathing, so shout out. But anyway, yeah, I was just like tweaking out. But then, I kept on. But for some reason, even though I was like, because, after I realized I didn't have serotonin syndrome and I was just tweaking off the drugs, I was like, oh, okay. And I took some more. And like all throughout the day, I was just taking more and more and more and more and more. And it was like nighttime. And I was still busting off the Addy. And like I checked in the fucking mirror, bro. And one of my pupils was more dilated than the other. And I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? And the whole time I took some more Addy, bro. Like I just went and took some more Addy, bro. And this might be like the reason why I have like an addiction to Adderall. Or like I'm like I have like such a good like such cravings for Adderall, but it's also like the best type of stimulant. It's like the most euphoric and like the strongest hitting type of like ADHD stimulant I've ever tried. But yeah, basically I was just busting off my ass, tweaking, and I for sure overdosed that day, like, but that's just like usual for me. Um, and also when I say overdose, I'm not talking about like lethal overdoses, like what people usually talk about when they talk about overdoses, like you think of like Juice WRLD's overdose, you think like he took too much drugs and died, but like the whole time an overdose is just taking more than like the recommended dosage. Like you're overdosing on cough syrup if you're drinking more than like two of the little shot things that they come with. Like you're technically overdosing. So that's why I say I was for sure overdosing, but I may have possibly had a lethal overdose that day. I'm not sure for real. I really don't even know. All I know is like I woke up and I didn't know what happened. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if it could have been a lethal overdose because it wasn't, thank God. I'm still here, so you know what I'm saying? Shout out, I guess. Yeah. Stay sober. That wasn't really fun for real. It was just like I was tweaking really all day. It wasn't worth the toll it was on my body. It wasn't worth possibly dying. And it wasn't worth thinking I was having a serotonin syndrome because I was like my heart was racing and I was just tweaking. Um, don't recommend doing drugs. Don't recommend ever mixing drugs if you do decide to abuse these substances, or even like use them as properly, I would never mix medications. And if you are considering mixing medications, or like you're on like daily medications, and they want you to try some new shit, I would always talk to your doctor about it. Make sure, really, just always talk to your doctor about anything drug wise, because they'll really put you on to like what not to do to like not die for real. They'll tell you what to do to like not destroy your organs. Don't listen to anything I say and try and reenact it. I've genuinely really fucked up my life because of this. Not just this specific moment, but like more moments that I will tell you guys in the future. More made up stories I'll tell you guys in the future. This shit all cap, man. I'm a capo rapper. But anyway, it's just like it's not fun to be a drug addict, yo. It's like I might paint it to be a fun way in my music. I might tell you these stories and y'all might hear it and think it's fun, but like at the end of the day, it's not fun. One like waking up every morning and like not wanting to even live without having some kind of substance. And it's not fun having to like wanting like feeling the need to wake up and like having to smoke something just to want to be able to eat. Like it's not fun. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for the people around you. Like if most of my friends weren't past drug users, a lot of them probably wouldn't even have stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that would just look at you a whole different way if you happen to fall down like the same path I have. But and you can't really blame them because it's like when substances is like consume people's lives, it's not a joke. Like it's not like drugs aren't something that you play around with and fuck around with, bro. Like it might look that way because like you're just trying to have fun. You want to get fucked up. You want to get high. It's not like that though. Like you might treat it that way and you might think it's that way while you're doing it, but you're just falling deeper into the pit of fucking just terrible shit. It's like I'm not going to sit here and say that drug abuse is the worst disease ever, but it's a hard ass disease to deal with because it's like it's something that you're really stuck with for like at least a while. Like I don't think there's any substance user that's like fully healed from this. Because once you start going down this path, there's like no way to really separate yourself completely from it. It's like once you choose to go down this path, you can, of course, exit the path, but either way, you were still on that path. So it's like still going to follow behind you your whole life. Just because you stop doing drugs now doesn't mean all the drugs that you've done when you were younger hasn't like taken a toll on your body and like on your physical and mental health. So especially like to you younger viewers out here, to like the possible viewers around my age, even older than me, younger than me, just anybody, I really don't recommend ever abusing drugs to like try to like better your mental health. It doesn't work, to be honest. It just makes it worse. Cause like it just you'll think it makes it better, but like it doesn't really change anything at the end of the day. It's just you're running from your problems, and if you're not facing your problems and fixing them, then like there's no point in even like doing anything to them. At that point, you just like don't do shit to your problems if you're not going to man up and face them. You know what I'm saying? If you're just going to run away from them with like behind drugs and shit, you're just being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I'll admit to it, I'm a bitch. I'll be running away from this shit sometimes, but like it's hard now because I've started. And if you're watching this and you have yet to ever use drugs, and you're watching to this point in this video, I very, very strongly recommend to never, ever, ever do drugs because it's genuinely not worth it. It's not worth it. The highs that you get from it aren't even nearly as fun as like you might think they are. Like Adderall be making you buzz, right? But then once it's done, you're depressed as fuck and you want to kill yourself. So if you start your day off being depressed as fuck, you take an Adderall to get high to make it better, you're just fucking yourself over because as soon as this high stops, it's going to be 10 times worse. I promise you, it's going to be 10 times worse than where you started off. So y'all, if you're watching this to this point in this video, first of all, thank you so much for staying tuned, man. Like W viewer for real, man. Shout out to you for still being here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't even still here. You might be asleep, but you know, if you're listening to this while you're sleeping, thank you, man. Like I really appreciate all the support. You know what I'm saying? Like I genuinely do. Shout out to y'all. You feel me? Um, don't do drugs, y'all. Please, it's not worth it. Never start smoking nicotine. Never start. This isn't even a nicotine vape anyway. Just don't start ever, and don't ever start smoking nicotine. It's not worth it. Don't do drugs. It's not worth it. And try to get a good education, man. And like try to stay focused in school when you're young because when you start fucking off in school, it's really hard to like get back into locking in properly. So um, just try to do good, man. Like if y'all are watching this, the only thing I want y'all to do is to take anything that y'all see from me, like all of my good attributes, like anything that y'all see from me as like me being a good person. I want y'all to take all of that and then look at what everything that makes me like weaker, you know, anything that makes me like just like anything that makes me like not as strong as I could be. I want y'all to like look at my weaknesses and don't follow them because all of my like most of my weaknesses came from drug addiction. So basically, just don't do drugs. And I want you to look at all my strengths and be like, and just learn from them. You know, learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make the mistakes for yourself. And like learn from the experiences that I can teach you. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this stuff that people like dare programs won't tell you the shit that I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you the gist of it, but they won't really tell you like I'll tell you because like I'll keep it real. This drug shit is that not no games with it, bro. Like it's not no get like dare be making it seem like it's like it ain't really like it's just like don't do drugs. No, it's like it's not a game. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's some whole another shit, bro. So really, just don't do drugs. This is a long ass video, y'all. I did not expect it to be like damn near 30 minutes long. And this is the part two, bro. This shit, this some other shit for real. But really, I'm just repeating at this point, y'all. Y'all understand? Don't do drugs. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hercules 32 out. Yeah. Throw the deuces.